ERIKATESLA here. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for deciding to click on this video. And if you're returning, it is so good to have you back. Today I wanted to talk about Nomad Cosmetics' newest release, their first release of 2025, the Chamonix Après Ski palette, which is based off of a ski village in France. And as you can see from the inside, which I'm going to show you guys, this is a beautiful winter color story. So we have some really interesting, I would say, sections of this palette. We have our kind of pinky, mauve-y section here. We have this pretty like greeny, tealy section, and then we have like our blue cool tone section. And of course you can mix and match. So today I'm going to pop up some swatches for you and a couple of looks, including this one that I did using this palette. All right, just to give you guys some basic information about this palette, it is currently available. It retails for $49. I do have a code with Nomad, Erika, which can get you 10% off. There are also numerous other influencer codes that you could use to get a little bit of money off of this palette if you're interested in it, but it is currently available on the Nomad Cosmetics website. So it includes 9 mattes, 7 shimmers, 2 duochromes, and these are inspired by the Après Ski tradition and specifically with a focus on the village of Chamonix. Now, I am not a big ski person, but I definitely appreciate Après Ski vibes. I haven't been skiing, guys, in like years. There's a little bit of skiing where I live on the East Coast, but most people I know who do ski tend to go out west, or some people I know will go overseas. France, obviously, you have the French Alps, you have the Italian Alps, like, you know, so skiing is such a fun and popular sport, but it's, you know, I will say for me, I'm probably more like a beach vacation girly, tropical vacation. However, I can vibe with the après ski lifestyle. Like I can definitely be in a chalet, fireplace, hot drink, like all of that good stuff. I love the theme. I think from what I know of skiing that this color story is very apropos. Yeah, I will say I really like the way the palette is laid out. It's very organized and I think it gives you a good idea of how to construct a look. It's, you know, not that I mind if, you know, colors are mixed up or anything like that, but this is very orderly and I appreciate that. I think when they did their Florida Keys palette, which is really bright, beautiful, colorful, the colors were kind of like mixed up a little bit. And so it required a little bit more, I think, thought in terms of how you would construct a look. But this palette, I would say like overall, this palette is really pretty. This color story is right up my alley. I love shades like this. I love having a blue, a little bit of a purple shade. We have some green in here. Like the shimmers in here are really vibrant, very pretty. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop up the swatches for you guys so you can see the shadows. And what you will see is that for each column, you have alternating columns of shimmers and mattes. And the shimmer column has a corresponding matte column. So you can coordinate. And I think this is kind of genius because if all you wanted to do was lay down a matte shade and then apply a shimmer on top, it would be so easy to do that and get a complete look. So you could be to and through. Obviously, if you just wanted to toss a shimmer on the lid, that is a possibility as well. But I do really appreciate how simple this layout is for creating any kind of look, and you don't have to obviously, you know, go matchy with the shimmers to the corresponding matte. You can mix it up, do whatever you like. You could have a deep green base with a shimmery icy base. So for example, like the Mont Blanc and Les Alpes, you could do a lot of different things with this palette. I will say that I really appreciate this color story and what I was able to do with it. So I'm gonna move my camera over to the side, and guys, I'm gonna ask you guys to just please ignore my like situation over to the side here because, as I've mentioned in the last 2 videos now, I'm in a transitional period and I'm moving some things around. So I appreciate your patience with my less than glamorous background and lighting setup right now. But what I'm going to talk you through is my first look I did with this palette, which is this like pinky column here, the 2 pinky columns where I used the shade Haute Savoie on the outer V. So it's this matte kind of purpley mauve shade, and I laid down the outer V with that. And then I used the shade Off Piste as like the inner crease shade, and then Raclette is the shade that I used on the inner lid. And then I did a combination of the shimmer shades all over. So I did Last Run, Then Show, and Lays Out on the rest of the lid. And you guys, these shimmers, they just layer really beautifully. And I will say, I really appreciate how these showed up on my complexion. I did not have any issues with opacity, performance, and the look. It lasted me all day. So longevity is really there. And then for the second look, I kind of stayed, the one that I have on right now, I stayed in the farther right column. So the bluey columns is what I used to create this look. So I went in with the shade Last Call in the crease. Valet Blanche was the lid, all over lid shade. And then I really kept it pretty simple. I think I only used like 4 shades in these out of these 6 shades in these 2 columns. So I used Shot Ski all over the lid, and then the shade Mountain Chalet just kind of tapped on the center of the lid to give the look a little bit of dimension. But I think it came out really pretty. I really like how these blues look on my complexion specifically. So I was really happy overall with the performance. The next look I'm going to do, guys, is probably going to be with the green shade. So let me go ahead and scoot you guys back over to the center. I'm going to scoot you back to the center here. So yeah, the next look I want to do, of course, is going to be with these center green shades. And I'm going to probably do that more so in short form content. What I've noticed is that my shorts on YouTube seem to do a little bit better than my longer form videos. And, you know, some of that could just be a function of me being a smaller channel. I think the algorithm pumps out some of these like shorts a little bit more right now. So you guys will see a look with those green shades go up probably in shorts, so you can get an idea of all of the different looks that you could get with these specific mini color stories within the larger palette. And then I think, of course, at some point I want to do more mixing and matching with some of the contrasting shades in the palette. But you guys have seen the swatches, you've seen a couple of looks with the palette. I just want to talk to you overall about my first impressions of this palette. I think yet again in January, Nomad has launched a very strong release. If you guys recall last year, this time, I think their first palette of 2024 was the Stargazing palette, the New Zealand Stargazing palette. And I love that palette. It is probably one of my all-time favorite Nomad Cosmetics palettes, and I think this one is really in the running. It's going to be up there for me just because I love these color stories that are rich and interesting. I mean, it's green, there's green, but it's not just like primary green. There's a little bit of nuance to it, and I think you can create some pretty sophisticated looks with this palette, and it really just, you know, embodies like a very chic feel. And then we didn't really get to talk about it, but like the artwork on the front is just absolutely adorable. You have everybody in their ski outfits, and per usual, this palette, actually, no, I won't even say per usual, but because not all of their palettes have a mirror, but this one has like a pretty hefty mirror in terms of its size. Like it takes up a pretty good amount of space. You can, you know, travel with this if you want to, or just use it on your vanity. But I will say, like, this is a really, really cute palette. This one is going to be supporting a cause called Inspire Mont Blanc. I don't know a lot about that particular cause. Normally Nomad supports a cause that is specific to the location they choose for their palette theme. So overall, guys, I really, really like this one. Of course, I will be playing with this a little bit more, but I think this is a very, very promising first release for Nomad. I think it is really, really pretty. I like these colors a lot. It's colorful, but it's not impossible. I don't know if that makes sense, but it is really wearable for a colorful palette because the shades are a little bit more subdued. I hesitate to use the word muted. I don't know if I want to use the word muted because I still feel like I got a lot of pigment and impact with these colors, but these shades aren't intimidating. It's colorful, but it's not intimidating. They're very wearable. So if you're the kind of person that wants to dabble into color and try some, you know, maybe different shades outside of like maybe your neutral comfort zone, I think this would be a really, really great place to start. And I think for $49, this is a pretty good deal, especially if you use the discount code. Again, my code is Erika, but definitely be sure to use a discount code when you are purchasing this palette or any of the other Nomad palettes. And I will say, as a note, I do have a code with them, but it is not commissionable. All that it lets them do is see like if I, you know, am sharing my code with you guys, but you get the savings. So I want you guys to, if you're going to be shopping, save a little bit of coin, okay? So with that being said, guys, I really have a lot of positive things to say about this palette. This is a really good first launch of the year for Nomad. I think it's a gorgeous palette. I think you will really enjoy it if you decide to pick this up. Of course, there's no pressure. One of the things that I really appreciate about Nomad is they usually keep their palettes around for about 12 months. So if you need time to decide if this is a purchase that you want to make, you can do that without feeling a lot of pressure and FOMO. I will say, I think in 2025, a lot of us are feeling like we want to be a little bit more mindful of our purchasing and some of our buying habits and things like that. So you have some time to decide what you want to do. I think this is a color story that will be appealing even into the spring if you decide to pick this up a little bit later. With that being said, guys, I want to hear your thoughts on this palette. So let me know down in the comments below what you think about this one. Was this on your radar? Are you interested in this one? If you haven't already, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy content like this. I love doing first impressions with you guys, and I'm hoping to get some more reviews and follow-ups for you guys out in 2025. And if you haven't yet already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can join my little corner of the internet where we hang out, we chat about makeup, and as I like to say, we keep it pretty chill over here. So with that being said, thank you for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. I appreciate you all so much. I have been just so grateful for this community that I've been able to build here on YouTube. You guys leave me such amazing comments. You guys are an incredible audience. I'm so thankful to you as my subscribers, and I just can't thank you guys enough for supporting my channel. It really means a lot to me. It keeps me super motivated to keep producing content. So definitely, again, say hi to me in the comments. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.